right now I'm trapped between a couple of enemies. There's the merfolk who, it's good to fight merfolk for my quest, but they tend to be quite strong. This bird opponent, I'm guessing, is just going to have a bunch of small protection birds, which I may be able to deal with. Hopefully they don't just aggro me out in the air and kill me before I can stabilize, but I drew a hand with 3 flyers here, so I think I stand a good chance to win in this game. They start with 17 life, as you can see up here in the top left corner, and then below that you could see me and my meager 8 starting life. So we have to be careful. Aggro strategies are very punishing against us in this early game, and losses are extremely punishing, as we'll lose, I think, 25 or 30% of our current gold, which right now we have like just enough gold to buy an uncommon or something, and if we lose this, we will no longer be able to do that. So definitely want to win this game. Considering attacking with my germ because they can pump their Mesa Falcon. So this is not the worst trade for me, is I get to keep the Mandibular Kite. Yeah, get in. They choose to not attack, so we were right to attack there. Yeah, here's the protection bird. The falcon enemy tends to carry a lot of these falcons from, I think there are a bunch of them from Visions, maybe some from Mirage, I want to say. I don't know, it was before my time, but these like 2 mana 1/1 birds that have protection from a color and flying. We're not too worried about these unless they play something that's pro-black or pro-white. I can no longer simply offer a trade. And if I play a 3-drop now, I can't extort. So which one do I play first? It's kind of tough to say. I kind of want to play a 3-drop this turn and then Elegy Acolyte next turn and get in with something. I suppose that, excuse me, I suppose that the Harbinger is more likely to be able to get in for damage, since it has Death Touch naturally. So I am just going to play it out and then hope that I can get it into the red zone on my next turn and draw a card off of the Acolyte. Okay, so that's kind of the sort of thing that we're worried about, is this 1/1 with protection from black. I no longer have any good attacks here because even though Mandibular Kite is a white card, it is equipped to a black germ creature token. So right now this 1/1 can tango with literally everything else. You can see it in the art. It's fighting against bats, and we have a bunch of bats in our deck. So very on theme for our opponent. Yeah, and definitely an unfortunate development here is they just have so many blockers. So I think what I'm going to do here is just extort off this Blight Priest and pass and hope that they attack with their Falcon because they have a high life total. They do. The computer sees the 8-turn clock, calculates that it's faster than whatever clock we have, goes for it. Maybe they have another pro-black. No, they don't. It's just another Mesa Falcon. I'm not too worried about that. That one's really bad. But as you can see here, right, like, normally our opponent's board would be trash. Like, they just have a bunch of 1/1s with flying, a single 1/2. But since we're at 7 life, this is really serious. Like, they are close to having lethal on board already. Another black card. Now would be a great time to draw like a banishing light to get rid of the Dusk Rider Falcon, as much as that is like a really inefficient way to deal with it. With all of the blockers that they have out, I still feel like playing this Acolyte, paying the 1 to extort, make them lose an extra 1, buff our Moonstone Harbinger, and I think get in with the Harbinger and the Screecher since they both gain Death Touch. And we could go in with the Blight Priest as well. So they could... Yeah, I mean, the Blight Priest can't block any of these creatures anyway, so I might as well attack with that. Maybe I leave behind the Screecher so that they don't have any other safe attacks. I just get in here. This is the safer bet, I think. Yeah, because our 1/1 Germ is not doing a whole lot. But it is maybe dissuading them from attacking with like Free Wind Falcon. Okay, this is it. I get in, I lose 1, draw 1. Can't cast this turn, unfortunately, but this is actually a really good card for us to be seeing at this point. Opponent still willing to attack with that Dusk Rider Falcon, thinks that they're in a dominant position. Here's another flying 1/1. Now they do have lethal on board, but we have some tricks up our sleeve now. We've got this instant removal spell that could kill any of the birds except for the Dusk Rider Falcon. I can't play Obsidian yet. I'm actually thinking of playing Life Creep Duo and then just hold up mana for Saver. And if I... yeah, okay, so I don't extort yet. So I'll attack with the Acolyte because I want to gain life here, and it can't block. I want to attack with the Blight Priest too, because that's gonna put them in a position where they're gonna want to double block. And I'll send in the Harbinger as well. Do I leave up the Screecher? It says 8 damage. They're gonna have to chump somewhere. Maybe I do attack with the Screecher here. I bait them to block with the Rustwing, and then I kill something to give it Death Touch and +1/+0. Let's see. Yeah, they block with their 1/2. Block that one with the 1/1. They're choosing to take 4. So now I can savor this dude. And I will extort, which will buff both of my bats. So now the Screecher will kill it in combat. My opponent will take 5 going to 1, and then lose 1 from the Blight Priest, and that's GG. Awesome. Awesome. As you can see, even a really weak deck like that, even like a very low difficulty opponent in hard mode is a serious threat. Not particularly excited about any of these, but against some aggro decks, having Free Wind Falcon is not the worst thing in the world. Not a total loss. The real problem is just that merfolk that I'm afraid to face. Let's... Oh, huh, I've already been to this town over to the west, but I haven't been to this one right next to me. I'm in the habit of stopping at every town, just checking to see what is available to draft, because there might be something good, like drafting... Crimson Vow is interesting. There's gotta be some, like, cards in there that we're gonna want, right? Off the top of my head, like... Oh god, what was in Crimson Vow? Does anyone remember what was printed in Crimson Vow that might be good in our deck? Any good black and white cards? It's an Innistrad set, so I'm assuming that there's a few there's a few decent cards. Yeah, I don't think it's really worth our time. What I will check out though is this lands shop. Maybe we'll see something cool here. No. Not anything for us necessarily. Not gonna bother re-rolling on anything yet. We need way more gems before we can start like re-rolling these shops. But let's just take a look and see what we got here. Cunning Wish is kind of cute. But tutors in general are not that great because the minimum deck size in this game, surprisingly, is 40. Oh, Aragast is kind of interesting. Sarek the Silent King. That's the, like, front, that's like the face of that Warhammer artifact creature deck. Neat. Excuse me. Don't really need any of those. Let's check this one last shop before moving on to Dead Man's Rest. Another copy of Sarek. That's unusual. Yeah, nothing really that exciting, TBH. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe I will fight one of these merfolk. I'm probably gonna get my asses kicked, but it's good content, you know? It's unfortunate that losing is as punishing as it is in this game, because I am, like, kind of constantly trying to get out of fighting anyone who I think I can't beat, and maybe that's not good content, but whatever, we'll see. I've got both colors. I've got a dual land that's not really hindering me. A couple of bats on curve. I like it. I'll keep it. Of course, my opponent plays an unblockable creature on the first turn. But it's cool. It's fine. It's fun. We just have to be able to race that by playing... Oh, no. Oh, man. Okay, so my opponent counters the first creature I play after playing their unblockable 1/1 and a flyer. So things are looking really bad already. But we're still in this. I'll play my 1/3. They get in with their unblockable creature and pass. I've got a removal spell to deal with the unblockable one, but now I have to worry about this 3/3. play Okiba Reckoner Raid. And I'll pass the turn and let's see. Kopala. Oh no. Fuck. I shouldn't have let that resolve. I should have cast my removal spell first. Okay, well. Yeah, I guess I have to do that and then take 1, go to 5. My draw step, I go back up to 6. Yeah, the Kopala is a problem for my removal spells that I have sitting in my hand now. I'll gain 2, play a tap land, say go. Opponent attacks. I'll block the Kopala, and of course they have a combat trick that completely blows me out. I go to 4. This is just awful. This couldn't have really gone much worse for me, honestly. I'll play out Obsidian, drain them for 2, pass, not blink my Obsidian. They play out the first, like, bad card that I've seen from them, but it is on curve enough for them. I can't block, of course. I go to 2. I'll play a land. And then I'll just pass, and they attack me. Yeah, this Kopala is real bad. So yeah, I guess I'll Hideous End that dude, block the Kopala. And the chump the, yeah, okay. I'll kill the Kopala, chump the Nyxborn Seaguard, take 1, go to 1. Aquatic Incursion. Now they can make more things unblockable. But at least all their stuff doesn't have ward anymore. I can give my Obsidian lifelink until end of turn. But that's, I don't know if that's gonna be enough, really. Fuck. Yeah. This is why I avoid fighting the merfolk. Reminder for the day to not fight these guys. They're too strong for me. Yeah, I don't know. This is a really unusual play, but I think it actually might be the best play that I've got. So do I get... I have to get the Aquatic Incursion, right? Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay, it's just like... Do I blink him? I think so, yeah. I am totally like going for like the draining kind of strategy. I can't believe I have lethal. I can't. What? I can't believe they swung out. I guess. Oh, of course. So saved by the faulty AI. You'll hear me talk a lot of shit about the AI in this game, but props to the team at Forge, the team on itch.io that is working on this game, constantly updating it. The AI is quite impressive for what it is. Um, but stuff like that is just a mistake. That was like a mistake that no human would make. They shouldn't have just like all out attacked me on my turn or on their turn, I think. But when I blinked my Obsidian, they couldn't see it. They couldn't understand that it was going to come back in and have haste. So they just saw that I didn't have any. They didn't see that I had lethal, basically. Which is just kind of a classic, I don't know, a classic AI mistake. Treasure map was kind of good in standard at one point, maybe, right? Did I even look at these? Yeah, ain't shit. Spyglass Siren is a decent card, but I want to kind of try and stick to my starting colors for now. I think I don't really have quite enough of an incentive to go outside of my colors quite yet, but I'm excited for when I can just jump ship and build a whole new deck, because the starting decks are always really weak. These are some pretty decently strong slivers. Predatory Sliver is really good to have like 4 of in a sliver deck. These other ones are more mediocre, but not entirely unplayable. I could spec on this Predatory Sliver. I don't know how strong slivers really are in Forge. I never really played much slivers in my other, like in my main run of the game. Seems like they can be a really solid aggressive strategy, so long as you have the right slivers, the right mana base to support it, right? I don't know if you want to go 5 color, 2 color, 3 color, whatever. I'm not sure. There's a card with Extort, but its Syndicate Enforcer is just so much worse than Basilica Screecher. I mean, a 3/2 for 4 mana that just has Extort is just a really bad rate. Even though I do love the Extort mechanic, I think it's really neat. I think Extort creatures are generally pretty strong. But that one, not so much. Avendo Brush Razor. Can't afford this card, but sacrifice a non-token permanent. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token permanent, exile the top card of your library during your turn. As long as you've sacrificed a non-token permanent this turn, you may play cards of exile with this creature, and you can tap it, sack a land to add 2 red. That's a really interesting card, but not really something we're here for. Lavaborn Muse, 3 and a red for 3/3. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player has 2 or fewer cards in hand. She deals 3 damage to them. I'm not super into that. 4 mana rack seems not the greatest. Oh yeah, and I can't afford any of that shit yet. And what is this? This is Phyrexia. All will be 1. With such all-stars as Elishnorn, Mother of Machines. Nissa, the completed version of Nissa. Okay, we're entering the swamp zone. Can expect some slightly stronger opponents around here. There's another merfolk. I'd say I learned my lesson, but I won last time. But was it pure luck? I kind of feel like it was. Oh no. I might not have a choice if they catch up with me. Ooh. That's this is one of the soldier leaders down here south of me. Um Probably a full-on boss fight that is going to be too strong for me to be able to beat. But maybe after I complete this quest. So I'm visiting one of the main areas. I think I might be able to get some like hit points, some life points from that place. I forget if they have like permanent HP upgrades in these towns, but I think that they do. If not, then they'll probably have something temporary. Wow, this is bringing me all the way into the middle. Here comes that soldier boss again. Yeah, that's like the legionnaire enemy, so like a really aggressive deck. I don't think we can beat that with what we have right now. There is, I think, the area where we're trying to go. Oh man, there's so many enemies. Let's just head them off here where they can't get through. And okay. As you walk through the Dead Man's Rest gates, you can feel the excitement building, emanating, radiating from the city's arena. Most of the populace is already there or on their way. The presence of so many powerful spellcasters has the air filled with traces of mana. It would be a shame to keep the crowd waiting for their new champion. I don't know about y'all. No! Fuck. Did game froze? Okay. I think the moment that we leave, we're gonna, like, be forced into a match. Oh, fuck. Yep. I didn't even mean to walk out there. Well, luckily we can heal right here. It's just a bummer. I don't know what this enemy's up to. I can't keep a one land hand. I can keep a 2-land hand, just drop the arch enemy's charm. This is not the greatest situation, but it's also not the worst thing ever. Okay. Not sure what to drop here, but maybe the kite. Because I am otherwise just going to be curving out here. So 2/2 devoid and ingest. Okay, don't really care about that. Opponent on the ingest strategy. Very brave of them to be doing that. They don't even attack, even though they would have gotten a free exiled card. Don't know how much they really care about that. But here I'll play my Bloodseeker, which is going to give me a blood token at the end of this turn. I'll attack with the duo. There's my blood token. Probably just using this blood token to transfer. Oh, Balustrade Spy. Not used to seeing that card used to just mill a single card. being a 2/3 flyer, that is not nothing. And in fact, I'm tempted to just remove it now, but I'm not sure if that's correct. I suppose. Oh, it's. I can't remove it because, God, Hideous End is such a bad card. Um. Okay, yeah, I guess we're actually cracking this blood token. Well, that's not what we wanted to see either, really. So I'll take 2. Oh, whoa. Destroy the top. I reveal card. They destroyed my land? Oh my god, they milled Elegy Acolyte and Obsidat and Moonstone Harbinger? That's crazy. Dude, they milled like a fourth of my whole deck with that. Okay. Now I'm hitting nothing but lands. This is not great. Extractor Demon. Oh no. Okay. Well, my opponent now has a lot of threats presented in the air. That's lethal. That's lethal damage that I'm looking at right now. And I have no good blocks at all. So I'll block the I guess I'll block the Extractor Demon like that. Take 2. Decimator Drone. And another Culling Drone. And there's Banishing Light. So I can hit the demon. And I can sacrifice the Bloodseeker on my next turn. If I can even make it to my next turn, they attack. They're sending lethal damage once again. I go to 2. I'll transform my Bloodseeker. Cast my Carrot Cake, extort, make a rabbit, keep that on top. I'll crack this just right away. Going back up to 6. Just still barely holding down the fort against this onslaught from my opponent. The Balustrade Spy causing me a real headache here. Even though it didn't instantly win the game for my opponent, it has caused me quite a lot of problems. Casting the Vizkopa Guildmage unfortunately can't activate any of its abilities yet, which is very unfortunate. I will go ahead and attack with the Basilica Screecher now, though. Just bring him down to 12. Maybe that helps us in the future here. He attacks with just the Balustrade Spy once again. I'll take it, go to 3. Exiles my graveyard with Pachuca Bog. I don't really care about that. And that's it. Okay, we've got the blood token, so let's crack that. Try again. Oh, okay. Crack one again, please. Suture Priest. That is a card. Unfortunately, that is also our white mana. But it's cool. I'll bring him down to 10, and we'll get hit by the Balustrade Spy once again. Opponent is in the tank, actually. The Clanker mills me for 4. Combined with the fact that I've been having to use blood tokens to... Fuck me, man. So many lands. Now I have 5 cards left in my library. I'm at a very real risk of decking myself now. Well, now what, huh? I can activate Vizkopa Guildmage twice, but that's it. I can give something lifelink, make my opponent lose up to 3 life from that. So I could maybe go to 5. They go to 6. They'll just block with their returned centaur, and then... Okay, yeah. I just have to pass the turn here and try to not die. Oh, actually, I just punted. Yeah, I just completely punted. I needed to attack on my turn. Yeah, there we go. I'm dead, just like that. I just got ganged up on by a bunch of enemies right outside of my quest location, which is currently loading. Yeah, let's try this again. Oh, so if I... Oh my god, no. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Nope, this is happening now. We're fighting this guy now. That's just the way the news goes today. I gotta keep this, I think. Even though I only have one color, I'm likely to draw into a black source with the help of Carrot Cake. Or I could just draw it naturally, in which case the Life Greed duo is, I think, the better turn 2 play. Hit him for 1. And their first creature is Deeproot Elite. This dude is going to be buffing his other merfolk. Here, excuse me, I'm just going to blow my nose really quick. Alright, YouTube. What to do about this 1-1? I think we just have to ignore it. We're not really a removal deck or a control deck. We are like a shitty mid-range life drain deck. Our best bet, I think, is to just play out this Filigree Familiar here. Gain 1, then gain 2. It feels nice to be gaining life whenever possible, but, you know, they started much higher than us, and that card is a serious threat. already buffed to being a 3/3, so they've got the biggest creature on board already. This is actually a fantastic draw. So I can play Elegy Acolyte, gain 1 life, and then right away I can just get in with my flyers, draw a card, Hawkball. Oh, I hate Hawkball, the Searching Soul. I hate him so much. But here, okay, here he is. Buffs the commander. Now all of them explore. So he draws a card, puts 2+1/+1 counters on the Hawkball, swings for 5. If I double block here, I can actually hardcast a Stelly. Oh no, I can't. I can only get a non-creature non-land. But if I double block here, he'll kill the Acolyte, but I'll kill the commander. I can get in for 2. I don't know. I'll do it. Okay, well that is not really going to help me against Hawkball. I guess I need more copies of Banishing Light, because these other removal spells are just not premium enough. Stelly Reclaimer can't get anything back, really. It is a big body. But here, first I'm just going to get in with my token, draw a card, lose a life, gain a little bit of extra information. The Stelly Reclaimer can get back Carrot Cake, so that seems kind of inherently valuable. Saver can kill the Deeproot Elite, which might be helpful as well. Yeah, okay. I'm going to play out the Carrot Cake. I like the Death Touch bat. I'll keep that on top. And then I'll pass. And then... Okay, yeah, so Emery... I think Emery's in their deck just because it's a Merfolk. I don't think that they're really using Emery. So I'm just gonna savor this guy in response. Make a food token. That way he doesn't get the free +1/+1 counter and the extra explore. Puts +1/+1 counters on all of his fucking Merfolk because of course, because he can. And then ramps for free as well. It's got to be up, like... Okay, so he's letting me kill Hawkball here in exchange for my Acolyte. I'm more than happy to take that trade. Hawkball is impossible for me to deal with, basically. Now I have to worry about the Coralheim Commander still. But I think that's way more manageable. Especially with my Death Touch dude. Yeah, so... I'll attack like this, and then I'll pass. Here comes Kumena. which, I mean, is a little concerning. Levels up the Coralheim dude, so now he's got flying. Does attack into my Death Touch creature. That was a baffling decision. I'm surprised that even the AI did something that silly. I'll keep this on top. Okay, now the Reclaimer can bring back Carrot Cake, which is nice. Arch Enemy's Charm. Let's see, I could warp the Reclaimer. And then hold up Arch Enemy's Charm. I actually don't hate this idea. Okay, so I'll attack with both my flyers because they just get in, bring them down to 10, and then warp the Reclaimer using just all my white mana. Bring back the Carrot Cake to the board. How badly do we want this bat? I think it's good. I think it represents a decent threat. And then now I can hold up Arch Enemy's Charm. They swing with the whole entire team. I'll double block the speaker, take 4. Okay, they misplay. They should have played that first. Normally I'd be really scared of Deeproot Pilgrimage, but they're playing out really late. I've got them at 10, so they're now like in firing range essentially. Also, I'm thinking of actually returning cards from my graveyard to hand here. Yeah, I think I will. Bring back the Elegy Acolyte and the bat. Go to my turn. Now I can play the Acolyte, gain 1, get in with both of these, lose 1, draw 1, holding up Carrot Cake / food token mana, or I could just play out the Vizkopa Guild Mage, which I think I'm okay with doing. Great, and now I've got a 4/4, which they have to worry about, and they can't safely attack into. Great, we might actually be doing this. We might actually be beating Merfolk again. Something that I did not think was going to happen so easily. While I'm tempted to play out some of these other cards, I'm actually feeling like the Blight Priest might be the way to go here. So I gain 1, they lose 1, and then gain 1, they lose 1, and then get in with these flyers. They jump. Or they don't jump. But I still get to do all that. Oh, whoops, wrong. Whatever. I think we win this. I think we're pretty much guaranteed to win this. Buff all my bats. Crack my Carrot Cake. they're dead. We did it. You'll have to see it. Whoa, a couple of breeding pools. Okay, okay. Well, there's one more enemy that's just in my way here. But let's actually go in and take a look at this town. So this is Dead Man's Rest. This is one of the 5 main hub areas. There's one in each of the 5 colored regions on the map. This is the one for black. In these hub areas, you can buy a permanent life upgrade like this, which I'm very, very, very interested in. Starting at 8 has been real rough. And 500 gold, we're not terribly far off from that. We're halfway there. We just have to try really hard to not drop any games is the thing. But they also sell some stronger items, and they sell these runes which let you teleport. I could just spend 100 now and get that teleportation rune. But we'll hold off for now because we'll still just take a look at this town. Then they've got the arena, which is what my quest here is actually for. Where I'll play against 3 different enemies in a row, and try and beat them. I don't think I'm super likely to win because it's not like drafting where the playing field gets leveled and you have starting life total 20. Like, I still have starting life total 8 if I enter that arena, and that's gonna be really tough. So Thera the Super Void, cute, but not really what I'm looking for. Not really seeing anything here. Oh, Cast Down. Very tempted to take that. That's just a premium removal spell. That's way better than what I've got. Yeah, I think. I guess I won't buy it quite yet, but I'm very likely to go back and buy that in just a moment. This looks like booster packs. Yeah, booster packs are never worth it. Ooh, Cecil, Dark Knight. That's actually a really good card. Scurrilous Sentry is kind of interesting too as a common. It's pretty solid. But this Cecil is definitely good. And in our colors, but we can't really play him. I mean, I say he's good, but I suppose if I actually think about it, he's not, because kind of a non-bow with our low starting life total. Or a combo, I guess. It's just very, very risky card. More slivers. None of these look very good. Yeah, I don't think we want any of those, even if we were trying to spec on building a sliver deck. Grain Merchant of Asphodel. Now that is a card that I'm very interested in. That is a really nice top-end life drain type of card, and it's very cheap. Yeah, nothing really calling to me there. This is a Planeswalker, but not a particularly good one. again, just not quite what we're looking for. Huh. Adorned Pouncer is decent standalone threat, but not, I don't think anywhere near Cast Down and Grey Merchant of Asphodel, which I think I will take over the extra starting life and the black rune, because I don't really need to do much teleporting yet. And I think that having these two cards is just going to make it a little bit easier for me to win more consistently and then earn more and better cards. The Grey Merchant is going to want me to really be in black more than in white. Especially with just having permanence in play. Huh. Yeah, but I think Hideous... Wait, Hideous End or Savor? Maybe Savor. Savor has not felt that useful, and at least Hideous End, like, just outright destroys a creature no matter how big it is. Albeit, as long as it's not a black creature. And then... what else? I don't really want to cut any of these creatures. A Stealthy Reclaimer is a very questionable inclusion, I know. It's not really bringing anything back that we're looking to bring back, so maybe I'll try taking it out. It does kind of make our curve look a little bit messy. I know it still is pretty messy, but I don't know. It's not the worst thing, right? Maybe we could do better than Okibo Reckoner raid. But what would be better than Reckoner raid? Maybe Suture Priest. Yeah, let's try that. And we might not have like the greatest devotion. Oh yeah, okay, so the other thing is we now have 2 breeding pools and 2 tundras. Also have Rimewood Falls. So green blue and blue white is starting to open up a little bit for us. Let's look at green blue just because I think that's where we have the most support. Lumra, Fungal Colossus, Famished Worldsire all care about lands. They care about putting our lands into the graveyard. They care about putting lands with different names onto the battlefield. Just a bunch of things that those have in common, which is pretty cool. But that's kind of it. There's not a ton of... I'm not seeing a ton of other support here. I don't have a lot of great blue-green cards. Blue-white, on the other hand, Thousand Wind is kind of a weak control spell. Drift Gloom Acolyte and Esteli Reclaimer are pretty interesting. The Reclaimer could be good with... I know it's good with Carrot Cake. It's good with Cryogen Relic as well. Yeah, I don't know. We might not be all the way there yet with that card, but there's something maybe. I'm just gonna make a mock-up blue-white deck. Kind of going for a control deck of some kind, but I don't know. It might just sort of be mid-rangey. But I'm just gonna take what I see as being the best blue-white cards in my collection right now, and just throw them all together and see how it goes. I'm not going to use this deck until I have enough cards where it's actually feasible to use. Yeah, as you can see, like we don't have a lot of 2-drops or 1-drops. There are some removal spells, but not a ton. Alrund's Epiphany is pretty good, but a lot of these are really weak. Yeah, it's just an alright thing to be keeping in mind is like, what should we be looking out for? Like, what could be useful in the future? Yeah, we don't really have enough to be able to branch outside of our current strategy. Oops, sorry, I keep trying to rename it, and then I don't know. When I think rename, edit, like the two words sound the same to me. Okay. Call this Azorius Whip. I don't even really generally like Azorius decks in this kind of format because they control strategies are just not my favorite. Oh, I don't actually have enough gold to enter the arena. But that's okay, because I'm gonna... Oh no. I'm gonna decline that. That was a really difficult quest. Now I think we're keeping our eye out for merfolk and soldiers. Yeah, merfolk and soldiers are going to be our main kind of goal here. Defeating a big merfolk or a big soldier. I've got almost no money. I don't really like the jump starts. The cards that you win in Jumpstart are just so much worse. Like, the potential is just so much lower. Oh, it's a Hill Giant. We lost to the Hill Giant before. Oh, Modern Horizons 1. Ooh. Yawgmoth, Winds of Abandon. Okay, there's really not that many great cards from my deck in MH1. I think MH2 is just has such a significantly higher power level that it's like hard to even consider like just doing MH1. All right, we're gonna try and beat this giant who I think whooped our ass last time. We can't underestimate it. 2 lands it had. Fuck, dude, I'm yawning like a motherfucker out here. Ugh. Gotta stay locked in. Gotta stay locked in. The it's only 2 lands. Mandibular Kite, which I awkwardly don't really want to play on turn 1 here, and an Obsidat that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to cast. Even a Marauding Blight Priest that I'm not sure I can cast. I think I have to mulligan that. Yeah, this is also not great, but it's also, I think, better. I'll put down the plains, play the Forsaken Sanctuary turn 1. I think having removal is going to be good because they'll have a lot of like big creatures that I'm going to want to kill. He probably has Stomp here, which is why I would rather play out the Moonrise Cleric. Unstoppable. Craven Giant cannot block. Cannot block. Obviously, he's gonna want to trade that with something. If I play the Vizkopa Guildmage, then next turn I can start giving my Moonrise Cleric lifelink, and that's going to really slow down my opponent's clock with the Craven Giant. That, or I just play the Blight Priest and try and put the clock on them. I think I have to try to slow, even though I'm not using my mana maybe as efficiently as I could be here. They don't attack. They're afraid to trade with my Guildmage. 100-handed one is neat. So I want to kill it, but I want to kill it after they pump it. So that they waste like the maximum amount of resources on it. Yeah, so why don't I just go Marauding Blight Priest here. Go No Fear Shakespeare, attack like that. I probably will trade with their Craven Giant if I have to, but I'll just take 3 from the 100-handed one. They had no 5th land. So now I'm like questioning myself low key, like maybe I shouldn't have done it quite like that. I just definitely wanted to see them waste their mana first. Yeah, so now do I Banishing Light it? Do I just take my beats? What do I do here? I've already like chumped, or no, I haven't chumped, but I don't know. My gut's telling me to wait. I know they have strong creatures, but you know what? I don't want to take all that damage. I'll just take 3 hammer dropper with mentor. Man. I drop it, go to 7. I have to now use the removal spell there and then just hope that they don't have anything else here. Another hammer dropper is not what I wanted to see. But now they have to block like that, and then hopefully... Oh, man. Once again, I'm killed by the giant deck. That's really depressing. That's the second time I've lost to that enemy. Should be a really easy enemy too. As you saw, like every card in their deck, basically besides the Stomp Giant, whatever it's called. Every card in their deck sucks ass, but when any aggro deck, even when it's bad, is just such a threat when you have 8 life. Oh well. I don't expect to be able to win here, but let's fight this Legionnaire, which I'm gonna have to fight the rat first in order to get to. Hopefully the rat doesn't end up killing me. If it's like a mono black devotion deck with fucking pack rats, I'm cooked. And I'm just gonna take 1 here, a whole 1/8 of my life gone. 2 more 1/1s. Already looking at a 3-turn clock. I want to play out the Vizkopa Guildmage. This card is not very good, you guys. But at least it is a 2/2, and it can block all these 1/1s. Drainpipe Vermin is a cute inclusion. Let's play out the Moonrise Cleric. You can start dealing damage and gaining life slowly. Opponent has no good attacks. They have Spawning Bed, which we have to watch out for. So they can now gum up the board with that. Disease Carriers. Okay, we gotta watch out for that thing, because when it dies, he gets to snipe something. Let's play out the Blight Priest and get in the air, gain a life, they lose a life, and then pass. They have close to lethal on board. Yeah, it makes sense for them to attack like that. I think I just gotta take it. And now they're hellbent, and they have close to lethal just on board right now as it is. So now I have some choices. Blood Artist isn't terrible when combined with all these things on the board, but with no sack outlet, it's not really that exciting. I can play the Carrot Cake and then crack it. That gives me, excuse me, that will gain me some life. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. And then next turn I can play Obsidian. Yeah. Alright, and then I guess I'm not attacking this turn. Right? Because I would go to 7, 8, 9, 10 with the food, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage that they can deal here. 9 when including the spawning pool. That disease carrier is really annoying, man. It's just gonna keep dealing 2 damage to me every turn, or it's going to present like a 2-for-1 for my opponent that I can't afford. Man. It's rough, buddy. They're in the tank. Don't attack with everything, don't attack with everything, don't attack with everything, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, please, 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 please don't attack with everything. Opponent is deep in the tank. The AI is chugging right now. Maybe my computer is overheating. Did I just crash the... No. No attacks. You absolutely love to see it. I'll crack the food. Put that on the bottom. Make them lose a life. And now I can play... Let's see, I could go Screecher into Blood Artist, gaining 1, and then play Obsidian, extorting again next turn. I can't necessarily extort next turn. I guess, you know what? I'll just use up all my mana. That seems like the best way to go. And then if I blink Obsidian, I've got 5 blockers. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna be a little bit risky. I'm gonna attack, and I am gonna blink Obsidian, and I'm not gonna get punished for it. They're going to not attack me here, and I'm gonna be fine. Haha, yes. Septic rats. I don't mind seeing a single poison card in my opponent's deck. Extort. The T is like, I can't really attack with Obsidian, but I'm now threatening lethal on my upkeep, and they don't have lethal on me, so this game should be over. Yep, great. Okay. So we beat one of the weakest enemies in the whole game. Good job, us. Good job, us. We did it. We beat the fucking rats. The one of the weakest fucking enemies in the whole game. Hooray! Hooray! Yeah, I'll keep this. I might be playing the Tapland on turn 2. Because I think that getting the Mandibular Kite out is more important than getting Blood Artist out, but I could be wrong. Venerated Rot Priest? From the Legionnaire deck? What the fuck? I thought this was gonna be like a soldier deck. This is infect. Yeah, that's actually kind of concerning. It seems like we're guaranteed to get hit with a poison counter here. But you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Seeing as I have 8 life, that's really annoying. Wait. Oh, it has flying. Oh no. Okay, yeah. So opponent is full on an infect deck. This is really kind of funny because like yeah, I because I have starting life total 8, like the fact that they're playing infect actually puts them at a huge disadvantage. Um yeah, that thing has fucking flying. I take 5, I'm fucking dead. I what do I do here? Do I trade? That just seems like such a terrible trade when the Acolyte is like one of the only good cards I have. Fuck it. Okay, I'm taking it. I'm going to 4 poison. It's very risky. And this might not be the right way to do this, but no way. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I that that's shocking to me. So typically enemies in this game like they have a deck that's like in theme with like the enemy type that they appear as in the overworld. Legionnaire. Every single time I faced a Legionnaire, it has been some kind of like go wide aggro strategy or like a human deck or like a Boros aggro deck, something like that. Never seen a Legionnaire pull out an infect deck like that. And that deck, all of those were rares. Like Venerated Rot Priest into Mockingbird, copying it into the like Contamination Bloat Fiend, whatever, dude, into the fucking Skrelv Defector Might, like just rare, rare, rare. Synergy, synergy, synergy. Um, yeah, there was no way I was winning that. Um, that's the fun part about this game is you never know when you're gonna get your ass beat. This frog just decided to teleport on top of my character model, so I guess we're fighting the frog next. Um, After this game, I'm probably gonna take a quick break and then come back a little bit later. Um, but I will need to like go grab a quick lunch um, before coming back on stream. I was gonna like on my schedule. I'm starting at 1, but I wanted to hop on early today. Um, yeah. Let's just do this one more game. Got a bunch of tap lands here. Not Psychic Frog, dude. It'll be a frog deck. It'll be fine. And then they play the best frog that has ever been printed in Magic. And one of the best creatures that has been printed in Magic, period. Why not? It's fun, it's flirty. God. Yeah. So, if I block here, he could discard a single card and kill my Life Greed duo. If I don't block, he could discard his entire hand, and I would go to 1. So I guess I'm gonna go to 1. Man, this is really, 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 really bad. Oh my god, dude. Okay, at least they didn't attack me. I guess I'll go Filigree Familiar, gain 1 life off of the duo. Gain 2 more life off of the familiar, and then pass. And hope that my opponent doesn't do something like that. If they don't win the game, finally they play like a regular draft chaff frog. Like, fuck. What do I have to do to make sure my opponent just keeps drawing ass cards, man? Okay. Gonna go with using the... Let's see. I attack with both of my flyers. They would go down to 18. I let my Obsidian flicker pass the turn. They swing with everything. I block the frog, force them to discard. I take 6, go to 5. But then on my turn, I then go back up to 7. When Obsidian comes in, I play Carrot Cake and crack it, go back up to 10. Can attack with Obsidian. The math isn't really mathing. But yeah, okay, you know what? I'll compromise. I'll attack with just the Moonrise Cleric so I gain an extra 1 life. And then I'll let Obsidian flicker away. Of course, they attack with all their stuff. I'll block like this. Wow, they didn't save their frog, so AI just doesn't necessarily know how to use frog appropriately. Trade my opponent for 6 here with Gray Merchant. I suppose I like that more than the Carrot Cake idea. Okay, and now I attack with the Obsidian. So this dude gets counters whenever he attacks. This dude gets counters whenever he plays a big creature. Wait, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I swing I swing with these three, bring him down to 9, then blink Obsidian, they're dead on my next turn if I live. Will I live though? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage coming at me? My chances are really high of living, so I'm gonna go for it. I have to discard a card. Okay. I don't think it matters. I think that they're dead here. Okay. Well, they're not dead. um, but we're close, I think. Like, if I send all of these in, create that, and then that. Oh, this is not resolving in the correct order. Oh well, whatever. Hopefully, I still win here. Being at 17 and having an actual blocker, I think, helps. Uh-oh. Croaking Counterpart, not enough. Wow, I can't believe we beat the Psychic Frog deck. Yeah, but we did. So that's cool. Yeah, Blood Artist for the win. We did it. Okay. I'm gonna take a break, grab some lunch, and I'll be back online in like 30 minutes.